Okay, I think I'm on. Let's go. Okay, hold on. You guys, let me... keep forgetting I have two monitors now. Okay, let's see. Okay, so there's a few things there. I wonder why learn more. That's weird. Hello, Jay, hello. Howdy. Alright, what are you guys' thoughts today? I am pissed. No, I'm kidding. No, it's a bit discouraging. I think, the top line revenue is like the only thing that's kind of like a cloud over the thesis that we all have here, right? Of course, I'm still bullish on this company. I've been here for a while, and, I think one of the things that I feel like I'm training for, and this is why I was in crypto in the first place. I mean, this type of drop really, like, what, 20%, like, after hours, right? I'm like, really? That's all you could do? And I'm like, well, I've seen worse. I was in Doge, I was in, so I was trained for that drop already. And I prepared myself, like, I've always prepared for the worst, right? What is the worst case scenario? Like, okay, worst case scenario, we'll make less money than we expected to, right? It's like, BS. But even with the, I'll go through the number real quick. But anyway, let me let Lionel know real quick so he won't miss anything. Shoot. Okay. All right. So no music today because I feel like, I don't know. Sad, perhaps. I don't know. What am I feeling here? Have mixed emotion, obviously. I'm watching Moran's. Like, oh man, I don't know how this guy could do it. Like, he's like a beast, 7 hours straight. And, man, like, kudos to him. And, I heard him shout out to my channel too. That was, like, he didn't have to do that. So, thank you, Morans, for doing what you are doing if you're watching later on. And then also too, at work I was watching, people making fun of him and all that stuff. And man, it's heartbreaking to me to have people, do that to a man who, hey, like, yes, he was enthusiastic about the earnings and he was wrong about the number, but hey, calm down, okay? We're still on the running. Companies doing much better in terms of balance sheets, like much healthier, I think. Much healthier. It's just the top line revenue right now, right? That's the only thing that I think we need to work on. But it's, again, like my thought goes to like how bad the economy is, right? I'm thinking like people are borrowing money left and right to buy groceries, right? Like buy now, pay later. And the top 3 items that was bought was what? Grocery, cosmetic. What's the other one? I don't know. What's the other one? Oh man, there was a video I did about it weeks ago even. So I think like the top line revenue was down that much was because of the bad economy. And on top of that, of course, like the digital thing, perhaps they have some effect on that as well. Or physical switch to digital. I'm sure there's some aspect of that we need to address. And even Ryan Cohen, as like his letter to the employee when he took over as the CEO, he stated that too. Hey, buckle up. This is not going to be an easy road. He's here for the long term or long run. And so, what more can you ask for leadership to come out here? And also, like, not taking any salary at the moment. So, but anyway. So let's go through this real quick. I didn't have a chance to look into it like thoroughly myself. I was exhausted yesterday. Just listening to people ranting about how Gamestop is a terrible company. Of course, like the news media just had a ball, right? About how top line revenue is down and all that stuff. The same BS. I saw one where, well, hey, if you have GameStop, sell now. We're never gonna rebound from here. Like, okay, we'll see. Okay, let's see. Michael, pivot is still in play for GameStop. We are lean and mean. Debt paid off is a good thing. Ryan Cohen still oversee the investment for cash when needed. Yes. $307 million bottom line improvement from prior year. No more cash burn, no debt. Billions in banks. And now net yearly profitable. Yes. Those are like, again, I feel like, if the institution was in here, right, the majority owner of this company, this stock would not have done what it did, during earning time. No way, right? They just turned profitable. Remember when SoFi turned profitable? For like a brief time, what happened to the stock price? And it was like a beating of like 0.00 something, right? It's BS. Of course the price action was manipulated, and I hate to say, it's crime all the time, but it's like evident, right? Okay, so let's see. Remember when they were posting a profitability for the first time right here, right? Look at that. Reported 2 cents, okay? Versus whatever. Beat. 2 cents. That's it. The expectation was like 0. Okay? Is that a low bar or not? And I think I even make a video about that too. But so 2 cents reported more, right? But I mean their revenue went up. Okay, sure. Different company again. Like people are gonna be like, oh, how dare you, comparing different company here. But yeah, the price action went up and then dumped back down again. So they do this all the time during earnings. This is what happened, right? It doesn't mean anything at the moment. I think the reason why people, up in arms about what happened in the earnings is disappointment and all that stuff is because they're traders. They want a quick gain, right? And they didn't get it. Like if you buy call option, you're gonna lose money. That's what happened when you do that. And time again, people who are antsy and not really thinking about the company in the long term, you're gonna lose out on the opportunity. And people say, oh, opportunity cost is elsewhere. Or like, why would you invest in here when you could invest in somewhere else that are much better? Well, do that for you. But for me, I think the opportunity is here. It's at the bottom, right? At the moment. I don't know how low the price is going to go. I have no idea. I'm not a market maker here. But to me, this is a good price. I bought pre-market down here. So it's just a couple shares here, not by much. But so I FOMO in before it closed, right? And I did a what is it called? A Casicue put up here, because the implied volatility was just too juicy for me to pass up. It was like 400%. I was like, this is a no-brainer. So I wrote a Casicue put of $15.50, right? And there you go. And I collected maybe like $280 per contract. So technically, I'm still kind of not 20% down. So if I get assigned tomorrow, I'll be fine. I would own GameStop at $15.50. But I got my premium. And so that's when I got some premium to buy into this bottom right here. Kind of into, I always like hope for the worst, like prepare for the worst, hope for the best type thing, right? And so I did that pretty well. But hey, I don't mind owning GameStop at $15.50 at the moment. So to me, that's a win, GameStop stock should, yes, I agree. So agree with that. I don't know, is my prophecy gonna fulfill? I don't know, Lynn. Looks like it's coming to fruition. I did draw this line. Not quite sure if the pre-market was it, this one right here. But there's no confirmation. They could still smack it down over here and try to fake people out too. I always have these thoughts that it might come down to that $9, the red line right here. Because if you look at right here, that's when Roaring Kitty was adding his position there. So yeah, just be on the lookout for that. Might be single digit for a while until we have next earnings. Prepare for the worst type thing, hope for the best, right? Now let me go back to like the traders versus investor here. So there's two classes of people, okay? If you're in here, you have to decide which one do you want to be in. If you're a trader, you're going to hate this stock for a while. They're not going to do much. You're going to come here and you're going to have fun shitting on people buying into shares, right? And due to the implied volatility of the call option, you're not going to be able to profit too much. And I bet you anything, people who bought put over here, they probably come to realize that, implied volatility dropped dramatically in the morning, and if you wait too long, you won't be profited off of that, right? Because market maker has the ability to drop it down so that they could bring it to the max pain right here, right? And so you might have bought a $15 put, and if you close it way too late, you might not even make that profit, right? So don't be too happy because of that. So that's, again, based on my experience, right? Don't take my word for this, because what I saw, and that's why I sold it. That's why I sold the Casicue put for that premium, because I can't pass it up. Like, why would you? So whoever want to bet against GameStop, they get to buy my put contract, and yes, I'll get assigned at $15.50. That's fine, right? But I'm happy. I'm happy to hold 100 shares of GameStop then. Now, one of the observation I have is because the reason why they drop it down way, way low is because of this. See, if it's still at 15, imagine if that earnings, like Jay was saying, that the price should have been higher, right? Way higher. The reason being is this right there. You see the gamma RAM right there? These are the reason why they drop it way down. They do not want it to be coming close to 15 at all, right? So it has nothing to do with the earnings report, so to speak. The earnings is actually pretty good. We're profitable for the first time. Just like right here. Sorry. SoFi, right? At the very least, 1 day worth of run. And then they drop it the next day. But they can't have it on GameStop, right? They have to, again, send their lackey out and saying it's a terrible, terrible miss over here. Okay. There you go. Economy is a factor of all sectors. Yeah, true. Well, especially in the sector that we are in right now, right? It's discretionary spending. So, people don't have the money to do anything. So we are usually the one that people cut most, right? First. Because people don't need to upgrade their computer every year. People might buy games and enjoy the games with their family and all that stuff in recession, which is fine. Which is a good thing for a recessionary, thing. Might be cheaper than going to, eat, movie or anything like that. So entertainment purposes, but it's still a challenge that we have to kind of face moving forward. I'm kind of scared that quarter one, that we're not gonna be coming down too much more. If this fourth quarter come down pretty harsh, I think like $400 million bottom. Is it 400 million? Sorry, I apologize, you guys. I haven't even looked at the number yet. I mean, I did briefly, but on the live stream. Okay, so let's go. Right here. Okay, so this is year on year, $600 million, 650. Pretty steep, down from year on year though. But quarter on quarter, I don't think it's on this one. Might be on the other one right here. I'm so used to the other way. Not that one, huh? Man. So this is a 10K. Okay. Now, I heard somebody did the cash flow right here. We did kind of like spend a lot, it seems like, right? Operating activity, we lost $200 million right there. When I said loss, I think it's decreases in cash, right? So technically we come at a negative on the operating side, right? Am I reading this right? But if you were to, like, from year to year, we're kind of going down a little bit there. But it's cash flow. I mean, you move cashes to and from all the time, and I think that that is to be expected, right? So does that mean like our cash flow is negative then? I think I'm reading that right. Cash flow negative, decrease in cash flow. We've got finances, we've got investing activity, right? Last time we did this one, I need to understand that much more. Anyway, let me read more. Profitability and no debt of this company is most important. Okay. More revenue later as we are improving business and evolving. All agree with that, yes. When we have a merger acquisition, partnerships, or a new revenue stream, yes. Any dip in price is still a bargain. Totally agree with that. Yeah, I mean, Wedbush, we all know what's like, of course, yeah. It's like I don't even pay attention to those analysts, and of course, like again, if people agree with the price decrease to like $5, okay, let it be. I mean, let's see how that pan out. Even at $4, right? Or $6. A previous one that they have. Let that be. Like, okay, let's do it. Let it fall down to 5 and see what happened, right? I think most people don't realize this. Like, I don't know if you watch this closely, Jay. On Webull, which I have right here, the net buy of the whole 2 days has been positive. And those are large scale, we call large scale buyer. Hold on, let me try. I'm trying to find that. Let's see. Yeah, so net positive. Currently, right now, the ring earning days, it was like 700 shares on the positive, like in the green. 700,000 shares was in the net positive, and then today it was close to 600,000 shares into the net positive. These are large scale order in the last 5 days. So the last 2 days has been net positive, but yet the price keep climbing down, right? So my thesis on that is that institution, like big guys out there, they're accumulating it slowly as the price come down, and they do that so that the institution could get in at the bottom, right, or at a low price than retail, and of course retail who bet up and down based on the buying premium, buying call, buying put from other people. Or institution, those are the liquidity that they are needed to drop the price down or whatever, manipulating the price up and down at will. And we all know market makers do this all the time, and they do that illegally. I'm not saying it's illegal, but doesn't mean that it's right? My perspective is that they should have been, like whoever buy or sell option should be operating it separately from the market maker. It's like people who are selling or buying call option should not have the ability to then manipulating the price, because that wouldn't be fair, would it? Right? If I have the ability to crash the price down, pump the thing up, then I could just, again, this is what happened. This is why this exists, right? Max pain. So I hope people realize that. Like, don't just listen to people and, you think the GMA is going to go up, buy call. Well, you could lose everything because you're not going to be able to win, right? Because market makers would always win. Unless you know how to play this well, where okay, max pain is this one, and I'll buy it at this price or whatever. Again, it requires a little bit of skill in order to do that. But you know what? It doesn't require skill to do. Buy shares, right? If you believe in the company long run, right? If not, stay away. There you go. It doesn't really matter what you believe here. It's just, again, whatever you believe, make sure you know what to do accordingly. That's what I'm here for. Oh wait, I think I looked at the wrong one. So this is the volume for that, but here's the reason why they don't want it to be $15 tomorrow, because 10,000 contract would have been in the money. So yeah, that's why the minute it hits 50 1550, it abruptly kind of like lost the momentum and just dump. RC is letting them destroy themselves in the end, trust me. I know. I think he's Ryan Cohen is like a legend, right? We all know this. And I'm not just saying that because, I am so enamored by the guy, but I think he is the best strategist, right? To be in Chewy as long as he was without the funding, and it's again the dedication to make Chewy what it was, right? 7 years of his grinding and doing the work and all that stuff to just even getting the rejection of at least 100 VC-backed people who are denying funding for Chewy to expand more. This is before he found Larry Chang and all that stuff to give him the opportunity to fund Chewy at the time, right? He famously said, "Hey, it took me over 100 pitch to people before he got that funding from Larry Chang," and that's the relationship that he formed, and it was the most pivotal thing in his life because that's the turning point, right? And again, like. The turning point of his life was not was not selling Chewy at a higher valuation here. And I think the reason why I like the guy too is because he was kind of speak highly of like the good times of when the struggle happened, right? Of building Chewy from the ground up and was able to have the opportunity to expand Chewy with that $15 million seed money from Larry Chang, and that opportunity offered him. And to me, for him to describe that time as a pivotal point, just show his character as a humble person to be, in my opinion anyway, like that's just show his character as a humble person and not take no for an answer, right? And you think like he cares about all this noise that happens, like GameStop is shit company, Ryan Cohen, you're such a failure, and it's like fundamentally fail at turning this company around, even though it's net positive right now and people are still, oh man, he didn't give any earnings call and all that stuff. And really, people, but again, like I get it that people are frustrating because they're not used to not having a CEO who doesn't give a crap about but I think Elon Musk was the same personality, right? I think like every generation we have that CEO that, hey, at least in my opinion, he is intriguing enough for people to be like, 5 years from now, it's like, oh yeah, here's the reason why he was successful, because of whatever. He's unique and he's the type that you can't ignore. How can you ignore Ryan Cohen? Come on. He's gonna become a household name. Everybody's gonna know who this person is. I bet you anything. Like the whole world's gonna know who this guy is. And so how could you bet against that? It makes no damn sense to me, right? And again, like I don't want to overhype him either, because again, like I don't know the guy personally. I don't know what his motive, his whatever. Just me observing his action here. So just take that with a grain of salt. Like sometimes, like, oh yeah, he's a piece of crap, right? But then in public, you're like, oh, okay, other people think differently. See what I mean? And so that's why. Okay, what am I here for? Oh, I was gonna show you his tweet. I kind of go off tangent here. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't have any coherent thoughts here. Did he tweet out something? Something about like proud of